Alright guys, listen up. This one is absolutely wild. Welcome back to a situation where accountability gets tested in real time. What starts as a simple act, filming in public, quickly spirals into chaos. An auditor shows up, camera in hand, documenting what anyone can legally see. No hiding, no sneaking around, just transparency. But almost instantly, panic kicks in. A worker rushes out, demanding control over something they don't own, the public space. And just like that, instead of understanding the law, they escalate. Police are called within seconds over nothing more than a camera. Think about that. No crime, no threat, just discomfort. And that's where the real issue begins. Because when people don't understand rights, they try to override them. And today, you're about to see exactly how badly that can go.
Make a little video on Botfree Group at the moment.
What for?
Oh, just for social media.
No, I don't want it done, thanks.
Oh, I'm doing it.
So, it's our company and I'm asking you not to do it.
Well, I can see it from the road, so...
Yeah, well, can you not film, please?
Well, I will, but I will also...
Call the police, because you're not...
Call the police for someone with a camera?
Well, yeah, because you've done it to them over there.
Yes. And I got my drone as well, so we'll be sending the drone over to get some drone footage, so...
You're not doing it?
If you're doing 911, not 999, 101, sorry.
999.
999?
Yeah,
what are you going to report? A man with...
Please.
Oh, let me hear this. Man with a camera.
Please. It's harassment.
You've come out and harassed me, I'm not harassing you.
Hi there, and there's just on the industrial estate in Louth, and there's a strange chap walking around filming businesses and says he's sending drones up and taking footage. And
Yep.
About somebody matching your description.
Absolutely, yeah, I give him the video. I'm stood there when he called. I think it's this one that called you, wasn't it?
So what's the crack? What's going on?
Just doing a bit of video today.
Sorry?
Just doing a bit of videoing today.
Okay, what's the purpose of the video?
My purpose, really.
No. What's the purpose of the video?
Sorry, no. My purpose, really. Thank you.
What is the purpose of the video?
Do I have to answer that question?
Well, yeah, because it
Well,
may be that you're breaking the law by if you
doing what? What law do you think I've broken?
Well, we'll start with GDPR rules.
Okay, that's nothing to do with the police, is it?
Is it not?
No. And it isn't anyway, because I'm public. I'm in public. I can film anything I can see in public, can't I?
Yeah, you can film in public,
Yeah.
but if you're overflying private premises and
Yeah.
videoing stuff that's on there, then
Yeah.
that becomes a little bit of an issue.
No, incorrect, officer. I'm sorry, incorrect.
Now here's where things start falling apart fast. Officers arrive, but instead of calming the situation with facts, they bring confusion, ego, and straight-up misinformation. One officer jumps in, throwing around terms like GDPR, clearly not understanding what it even means. Let's be clear, filming in public is legal. Period. But instead of acknowledging that, the officer tries to twist the narrative, reaching for anything to justify intervention. And the auditor, he doesn't fold. He pushes back, calmly but firmly, exposing every weak argument. This is the moment you realize something's off. Because law enforcement isn't supposed to guess the law. They're supposed to know it. Yet here we are, watching someone in authority grasp at straws while civilian has to correct them in real time. That's not just embarrassing, it's dangerous.
So every aeroplane, hot air balloon, glider goes over, they're not allowed to video, is that what you're saying?
Well, aeroplanes won't be able to pick up as much detail as a drone over the flight in some specific premises.
Small aeroplanes.
What is the purpose behind? What interest do you have in filming?
It's fine, I like industrial estates, so I go industrial estates making videos of companies I find interesting. Are you recording? It's flashing. There's a green light flashing.
Yes, it is.
Is that recording?
Flashing red, then I'll be recording.
Right, okay.
The green is not recording, so
Right,
what law
because
have I broken?
we don't know, you see, so we don't know that. So, but if you are not recording, that's fine. But you would have, one of your procedures you would have broke if you hadn't told me that.
Why is that?
Because you have to inform me. As when you mentioned GDPR.
I can film anything I want in public. You've just come back.
No, not you. No, you're filming it as a company. You're an officer working for the law. You have to, by GDPR rules, you have to tell me. Like the sign on the gate there saying they're filming people. GDPR works that way. Do you not understand that GDPR works that way?
Okay. So, what are we going to do about you filming? Because it's clearly causing annoyance to people.
That's not my problem. I'm in the public area filming. I'm not annoying anybody. They're annoying me, to be honest. They're actually annoying me.
Call the police.
And they're annoying me. They come out and annoy me. He did. They annoyed me. I don't report them because I thought, well, just go back to work and leave me to it. So if you think I'm breaking any laws, then please quote the laws I'm breaking. Because I'm not breaking any law here. You seem a bit annoyed and that you can't get me on anything. That's wrong, isn't it, surely?
It's not the fact that I can't get you on anything. It's just that you are causing somebody enough annoyance, and they're worried about people's private details being published on the internet and what have you, because there are certain things that are visible from up to your drone camera.
Yeah.
And they are rightly concerned that those will be published on the internet.
Absolutely. Can be concerned. Put them inside. Because anybody, I can go on that public path and fly my drone. I could have done it secretly. I let them know what I'm doing.
Okay. But from their point of view,
Yeah.
can you see why it would cause an annoyance if you are entirely in the right and you are exercising your right as a person to do something that they don't want you to do?
Yeah.
And you refuse to stop when you've been asked, even though it's their premises that are affected by your actions.
Well, they said there, we're highly secret, blah, blah, blah. They're a fragrance company. I'm like, highly secret fragrances? Really? You know, people really build themselves up to be bigger than they are, just to try to stop people exercising their God-given right, legal rights in this country. Legal rights in this country to video anything I can see from a public place.
All right, now it gets even more intense. The entire situation shifts from law enforcement to what can only be described as feelings enforcement. The officer admits, indirectly, that the issue isn't legality, it's annoyance. Let that sink in. Someone feels uncomfortable, so suddenly it becomes a police matter? That's not how this works. The auditor stands his ground, reminding them again, rights don't disappear just because someone doesn't like them. And then comes a drone argument. Another weak attempt to claim control over a space that clearly isn't privately owned. But just when the argument peaks, a plane flies overhead. Perfect timing. And just like that, the officer's logic collapses instantly. No permission needed, no violation committed. It's a complete shutdown. And honestly, moments like this expose everything wrong with the situation.
I can video anything I can see from public place.
Does it not then become an issue because you can't see it from a public place because your drone is going into a private place to take these images?
It's flying over in the airspace which is controlled by the Civil Aviation Authority, and I obey all the laws for flying my drone. Civil Aviation Authority, there's no restrictions for flying in this area, on this estate, wherever, so I can fly my drone free will all over this place. I feel you're annoyed. I don't understand. You're not the feelings police. You've got to remember this. You're not the feelings police. You're here to feel.
I'm not the feelings police. I just find it incomprehensible that
But you're like him. It's not up to you to understand what I'm here to do. It's not up to you to understand that, is it? If I'm here and not breaking any law, then basically you need to just walk away and let them know he's not breaking any law.
In the yard waiting to be picked up, and people's, their clients' details, addresses, and what have you are on display.
Tell me this, officer. Do they have the right to tell me to stop videoing?
I think they've probably got the right to stop you from overflying their premises.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're incorrect.
I think they probably do.
I think you're incorrect.
If you look at the contracts when you buy a house, the property you own, then you also own the airspace above it. It doesn't stop at the roof of the house.
Maybe you do. That's all a bit grey, but...
So if you're overflying their property, then that does become a point where...
Right. Can you hear in the sky?
Sorry?
Can you hear him in the sky? There's an airplane flying over.
Yes, there is.
So has he asked him if he can fly over his property? He's gone over his property. See, what he's saying is a bit silly. I understand what you're saying. People kind of have this thing, they do own some of it.
Can your drone fly 20,000
I think obviously if they don't want you flying over, like next to their businesses where there's information shown and things like that, I think they're polite, so politely have to stop. Obviously I appreciate you've said it's escalated. If they'd like you to stop, then just want to keep things,
But what about my thing? So what about me? I've come here to make videos and I want to make the video, so what about my thing?
Okay,
what about respect for me?
Could just please not get any kind of private information involved in that.
Well, that's not on me though, that's on them. You can't, if they've left private information out.
If you do publish these videos online, can you make sure that the information is unreadable?
I'll do my best if I think it's confidential, but you can't see anything. I'm 30, 40, 50 metres up. I can't even make faces out, you know what I mean? And everybody goes mad about it. It's ridiculous.
Now think about how far this has gone. Instead of walking away, the officer doubles down. Why? Because backing off would mean admitting they were wrong. So now, they pivot, trying to pressure the auditor into giving personal details. And here's where it gets serious. The justification? Antisocial behavior. But not based on facts, based on feelings. The officer literally suggests that if they feel it applies, then it applies. That's a massive problem. Laws aren't built on emotions, they are built on evidence. And again, the auditor shuts it down, refusing to be intimidated, refusing to comply without legal grounds. This is a turning point where the entire interaction becomes less about law and more about control. And that's exactly what makes this so concerning to watch.
I don't get that information out, I'm sorry. Do I need to? Think carefully what you're going to say next. I know there's one answer to this and it begins with N.
So the answer begins with
N.
N for...
No. When I said, do I need to?
Well...
No, there's not a well, there's no buts to it. It's either a yes or a no.
It's open to interpretation. It depends, because if I feel that you've been involved in ASP, then yes you do.
ASP?
The
CSP?
Police Reform Act.
What's ASP?
Social behaviour.
Antisocial behaviour?
Yes.
You'll be on a lawsuit against you. If you arrested me for antisocial behaviour, for a man with a camera, then I think you'll be into a...
Suggesting that having a...
I will take you to court. I will take you to court for that.
I'm suggesting, however, that you've been involved in an altercation, either one side or the other. And if I decide that that constitutes antisocial behaviour, then I can require you to provide me with your name and address details.
You can, if you think I've committed a crime. But do you think I've committed a crime?
If you've been involved in ASP.
No, if you think I've committed a crime, you can ask me.
If you've been involved in ASP, that's how it works.
If you think I've committed a crime, if you think, that's right, you're thinking I've been involved in ASP, which is a crime, isn't it? So if you think I've committed a crime...
ASP isn't necessarily a crime, but one of the police powers that we have is to request the information from somebody who's been involved in ASP.
Right.
So you've been involved in an argument because you've refused to comply with somebody else's wishes. When,
Feelings police. Again, we're back to the feelings police.
Let's break this down clearly, because this is where most people get it wrong. Refusing to follow someone's request is not a crime. It's called exercising your rights. But the officer keeps pushing, trying to stretch legal definitions beyond recognition just to maintain authority. Then comes another tactic, asking for personal information under the illusion that it's harmless. But the auditor calls it out perfectly. This isn't about safety. It's about gathering data, building records, and putting people into systems without cause. And once again, we see the same pattern: pressure, persistence, and zero legal foundation. Meanwhile, the actual issue? Still non-existent. No crime. No violation. Just someone standing their ground while authority struggles to justify it.
It's not hot feelings, please. That there has been a confrontation between you and somebody else,
right. Okay.
That to me is antisocial behaviour.
From his side, correct, yeah.
Okay, so
go get their name and address and all information.
We'll be going over there in a minute.
It's not antisocial behaviour, it's rubbish.
Would you like just to provide your details? Obviously, you've said there's been a crime of public order because they've shouted and sworn at you. You don't want to make a complaint. Would you like to provide your details to go on the crime report?
At this time, no. If I get home and I feel that I do need to, when I watch the video back and I do feel that it was bad enough,
Can I
then
give you the incident number then? Just to
yes, please, absolutely give me the instant. Yeah, definitely.
If you'd like to provide your details.
Yep. So I'll write that down.
It is.
Right, but you won't be getting my name because if I did it anonymously. So if you're thinking that I'm going to do that, so you get my name.
No. It's just obviously if you want to provide your details.
What is the date today?
Is there any particular reason you won't provide your details?
Yes, one massive one.
What's that?
I don't want to.
What would it gain by withholding your details?
What would it gain? Now, okay. Right, so let me just reverse that back. So what it would gain for you if I provide my details, that goes straight...
Spoken to.
It goes... Doesn't matter though, does it? It goes straight on your intel. You put this description, my name, all my details on your intel. I don't want to be on your intel. So...
You're doing nothing wrong. What's the harm?
No, you can't use that. No. I have...
That's a question. I'm not using it. I'm asking you a question.
Well, yeah. Well, you can't say if you're doing nothing wrong, why don't you give your name? That's just rubbish, isn't it? I don't have to give my name, do I? And I don't want to. It's as simple as that.
You don't want to. But what would be the harm?
I've just told you, it'll go on your intel. So it'll go against the incident. It'll go on your intel. I don't want to be on your systems, thank you. Exactly what I say about the record.
And finally, after all that, after confusion, the pressure, and the failed arguments, the situation ends. But not because the main officer figured it out. No, it takes another officer stepping in to shut it down. Think about that. This entire escalation could have been avoided if the law was understood from the start. Instead, it became a showcase of poor policing, misused laws, emotional decision-making, and unnecessary confrontation. The auditor did nothing wrong, yet was treated like a problem that needed control. And that's exactly why recording matters. Because without that camera, this entire situation could have been twisted beyond recognition. So yeah, this wasn't just a bad interaction. It was a clear example of why accountability is non-negotiable. Stay aware, stay sharp, and never forget your rights.
You know, the things that you're doing and you won't stop when they ask you to, you get beaten up, and then
Yep.
we come across you. How do we know who you are? Might help us.
Well, I think when you come, I'll give you my name then. What?
We don't know. You don't want to give it.
Well, I would if I got beaten up and I'm going to take them to court ready to, or get you guys to do something about it. Then I
Anything
wouldn't.
else we can help with?
Not for me, no. I don't know if you want to speak to these guys,
We'll
but
have a chat with them over there, and obviously
Absolutely.
certain things as well.
yeah, no problem. Okay.
Very much indeed
All right.
for your time.
Thank you. Cheers. It's a walk of shame.